All right, so ready to jump into the seat of a grader and build a future.
You got it.
This deep dive is all about landing that grader operator job.
Crushing that interview.
We've got RoleCatcher's insights. Gonna break it all down.
And this isn't your average, job advice.
Right,
dude.
absolutely not.
RoleCatcher, they go deep. Specifics of the job, real-world examples.
Real talk.
Even AI-powered feedback to help you stand out.
Yeah, none of those, canned responses.
No.
This is about showcasing what you really bring to the table as a grader operator.
Yeah.
But before we get into all that good interview stuff,
Yeah.
RoleCatcher makes it clear a grader operator isn't just an operator.
Right.
They're an artist.
They are.
On that construction site,
It's true. Responsible for shaping, the foundation of the entire project.
it's a big deal.
Roads, highways, even commercial development. I mean, you name it. A grader operator's probably been there.
They've leveled it.
Yeah.
And it's not just about moving dirt.
Oh, absolutely not. It takes precision, spatial awareness. You got to work with other trades.
Okay, so there's more to it. RoleCatcher also maps out the career path,
Yeah.
right? What's it look like starting out?
They do. And it's interesting, right? You've got your entry-level positions, going to learn the ropes, and then you work your way up, senior roles.
Tell me up a ladder.
Exactly. Leading a team, maybe operating specialized equipment.
Fancy stuff.
Right. But what I think is really helpful, RoleCatcher uses, data
Oh, wow.
from real job postings
All right.
to show you what skills, what experience you need at each level.
That keeps expectations real,
Yeah.
which is so important.
It is.
But let's get to the heart of it.
Okay.
Nailing that interview.
Right.
You've got some common grader operator interview questions.
I do.
And RoleCatcher's got the insider tips to just knock them dead.
Let's do it.
All right, let's hear it. What's the first one?
Okay. Describe your experience operating a grader. Now, sounds simple, right?
Yeah, pretty straightforward.
But RoleCatcher warns, don't give a generic answer here.
Right, you don't just want to list off, I've used this grader, that grader.
Exactly. Think about specific projects
The proof is in the pudding.
where your skills were put to the test. Challenging terrain, unique situations, think outside the box. Show them you can adapt.
And this is where RoleCatcher's AI can come in clutch.
Yes.
Tailor answers for the job you want.
It's amazing. Analyzes the job description, picks out those keywords, the skills employers want, and it gives you feedback on how to emphasize those areas.
So you're speaking their language.
Yes, like having a personal coach in your pocket.
I'm sold. This is great. All right, hit me with another one of these questions.
Okay, how do you ensure that the grader is operating efficiently and safely?
Okay, two-parter.
Yes.
They're looking for both.
Safety and efficiency go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other.
Right, can't just say, I follow the rules and call it good.
Exactly. So emphasize safety first. Walk them through those pre-operation checks. Fluid levels, tire pressure, the blade condition.
Details, details, details.
Show them you're not just going through the motions. Right. They're invested.
Right, you care.
Then transition to efficiency. How do you minimize those movements? Fuel consumption. Are you strategic with your routes? Thinking about the ground conditions, adjusting those grader settings.
Smart.
RoleCatcher's all about showcasing that deeper understanding.
And any extra training you've got,
Mhm.
certifications, especially
Yeah.
fuel saving, efficiency, mention it.
Absolutely. Shows that commitment.
To learning, to growing.
They love to see that. Now be ready for the follow-up. Can you give me an example of a time you identified a potential safety hazard on a job site and what steps you took to address it?
Ooh, good one. So have a story ready.
They want the details. The situation, your actions, the outcome.
And what you learned. Always got to learn.
Always.
Okay, I'm ready. What's next?
All right. What steps do you take to maintain the grader and ensure it's in good working condition? Preventative maintenance, that's key here.
Taking ownership.
Right. You're not afraid to get your hands a little dirty. So talk about your daily checks. Then go deeper. Manufacturer's maintenance schedule, oil changes, filter replacements, get technical.
Show off that knowledge.
Yes.
And this is another moment, RoleCatcher's AI.
Oh, yeah.
Could it help tailor this answer too?
Absolutely. So they might analyze that job description, see what type of grader they're talking about, if it's a specific brand model. You can tailor your answer
To match.
and show them, your stuff.
Oh, that's so smart. I did my homework. I'm ready. What else we got on the list?
Let's talk teamwork.
Right.
Remember, you're not alone out there on that job site. Communication is everything. So be ready for this one. How do you communicate with other team members?
Because it's loud.
It is. Engines, machinery, how are you making yourself heard?
Yeah.
Hand signals.
Crucial.
Two-way radios. Can you convey that information quickly, effectively, even with all that noise?
Right. And being proactive about it. Like, hey, I'm going to be doing this. Watch out for this.
Yes, exactly. You're not just thinking about your own little bubble. You're thinking about the whole crew, the whole project.
Right. Safeties.
And they might even ask, tell me about a time where miscommunication on a job site caused a challenge. How'd you handle it?
Ooh, that's a good one. Again, with those stories, those real-life examples.
It's all about problem solving, right?
Right.
But also learning from those mistakes.
Yeah.
And showing them you can handle those tough situations.
You've got this.
Yeah.
It's true. Things happen. Okay, any other curveballs in these interviews?
All right, how about this? What is the most challenging project you have worked on as a grader operator? And how did you overcome any obstacles?
Okay, so they want to hear about the problem solving.
Yes. Adaptability, staying calm under pressure. This is your moment to shine.
Those moments where it's like, been there, done that, got the t-shirt.
Exactly. So think about projects. Tough terrain. Maybe there were some crazy weather delays, unforeseen ground conditions, anything that really put your skills to the test.
Right.
But don't just describe the challenge.
Right. Tell them how you overcame it. What solutions did you come up with?
What'd you do?
What resources did you use? Be specific.
And I bet RoleCatcher's AI could give some feedback on that too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Help you pick an anecdote, one that really matches what they're looking for in that job description.
Tailored, I like it.
Right. So if they're talking about, like, large-scale infrastructure projects, talk about a challenge from that world. Show them you can handle their specific needs.
You've done it before. All right, hit me. What's next?
How do you prioritize tasks when operating a grader on a job site? Because remember, you're juggling
So many things.
multiple responsibilities. Time management, that's what this question is all about.
Keeping it all on track.
Exactly.
It's like that whole walk and chew gum at the same time, but with heavy machinery.
Right. I like that.
Yeah.
So how do you handle that? First, emphasize deadlines are important, project schedules.
Got to stay on schedule.
Right. And then tell them about your process.
Yeah.
How do you personally prioritize?
Yeah. How do you do it? Do you make to-do lists? Any specific project management techniques?
Love a good to-do list.
Right. But then also, how do you adapt? Because things change on a job site.
Oh, every day.
Right. Things come up.
Yeah.
So be ready for that follow-up. Tell me about a time you had to reprioritize your tasks because something unexpected happened.
Okay, I love that they're bringing in these real-world situations. So be ready with that story. Talk about how you adapted and what was the outcome. Good stuff. What's next?
How do you handle unexpected situations on a job site, such as changes in ground conditions or equipment malfunctions?
Thinking on your feet.
Yes, because it's not just about being a skilled operator, right? You have to have the experience, the judgment. When things go wrong, what do?
Makes a call.
Exactly. Safety first, always.
Of course.
So you're assessing the situation. Are there hazards? How are you going to keep everyone safe?
Okay, safety first. Check. Then what?
Then, problem solving. Can you troubleshoot it yourself, or do you need to call for help?
Right, because you don't want to waste time if it's something big.
Exactly. You don't want to seem afraid to ask for help, but also, you got this. So it's all about finding that balance. And what's cool, RoleCatcher's AI can even analyze that job description and say, hey, you know what? This one, they're really looking for someone independent.
Oh, interesting.
Or this one, they're all about teamwork. So you can really tailor your answer
to what they want.
Smart. So if they say, tell me about a time you had to handle an equipment malfunction, have that story ready.
There it is again. Story time. Walk them through it, those steps, and of course, the positive outcome.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, what else? I want to roll.
They might ask something like, how do you ensure that work is completed to the required quality standards?
Big one for a grader operator.
Huge.
Yeah, you're creating that level surface.
Foundation.
Any little imperfection, it throws the whole thing off.
Exactly. They want to know you understand precision, meeting those project specs.
Right, you need to know the standards.
Yes.
Inside and out. Tolerances, variations, all of it.
Absolutely. And then talk about the tools, the techniques, laser levels, GPS guidance.
Staying on point.
Right, and those self-checks.
Yeah.
Constantly monitoring, making those little adjustments.
It's that attention to detail. RoleCatcher talks about that a lot.
All the time.
And I bet their AI helps with this answer too.
Oh, yeah. They can pick up on those specific quality standards in the job description.
Yeah.
So you're hitting those keywords, highlighting that experience.
Right.
Like if they're all about tight tolerances, you talk about those precision grading techniques.
Love it.
It's like a secret weapon for that interview.
All right, I think we've got time for one more question. What's the last one on our list?
Let's wrap up with safety consciousness.
Of course. It always comes back to safety.
Right. They might ask, how do you ensure that you are adhering to all relevant safety regulations and guidelines when operating a grader?
Okay.
And this is where you show them you are all about safety.
You live it, you breathe it.
Yes, it's not just a checklist.
Right, it's more than that.
So talk about OSHA regulations, industry guidelines, and then walk them through those pre-operations safety checks.
The details. What are you looking for?
Exactly, before you even start that engine.
That proactive approach.
Yes.
And the PPE, of course.
Yes.
Got to mention it. Hard hat, safety glasses, the boots, everything.
Everything. Protect yourself, protect everyone around you, and any extra safety training certifications, this is the time to brag a little.
Show off those credentials. This has been fantastic. I feel like I could go into a grader operator interview tomorrow and just ace it.
I know, right?
All thanks to RoleCatcher and their insights.
They've really changed the game for job seekers.
They have. So if you're ready to take your job search to that next level, land that dream job, check out RoleCatcher.
What are you waiting for?
You won't regret it.
No, you won't.
Well, that's it for this deep dive into the world of a grader operator. Remember, preparation is key.
It's true.
And with a little confidence and the right tools, you can achieve anything.
Go get that job.
That's right. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.